What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, it seems that Nintendo has done drunk the Kool-Aid. Meaning, they think that their poopies don't smell bad. Meaning, they on some stuff. Meaning, $70 Nintendo games. Now, the thing about what Nintendo's doing versus what Sony is doing versus Sony did versus Microsoft. We're just talking about the platform holders. We're not talking about Activision, EA, and all that stuff. The thing about what Nintendo is doing is that they have the same old system from 2017. It's literally, math, 7 years old. Almost 7 years old. Closing in on 7 years old. It's old, antiquated. Graphics suck on the Switch, if y'all don't know. And they're trying to charge full price. Excuse me. You're trying to get me. Full price meaning $70. Now, they said it's going to be on case-by-case basis. Whatever, all right? What they're going to do is all of their big banger first party, Mario, Zelda, blah, 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 whatever, Pokemon, all $70. Why? Because they know they're going to sell a whole bunch of them. They look at the sales of the previous titles in that series, words. And they're like, yeah, Mario's gonna sell a bagazillion. Let's charge them $10 extra so we can make $10 more times a bagazillion jillion, right? Makes sense. Makes business sense. I mean, are the Nintendo heads gonna, take a pay cut so that they can raise the price? That doesn't make sense, does it? No, it doesn't. So, the old Nintendo's no more. It's all about making that money. And remember when I said it before? I said, Sony wasn't the one to first to do it. Sony wasn't the first to do it. The price hike, but they're the market leader. So people will follow the leader. And that's what's happening. Microsoft followed suit. Nintendo's following suit. Thanks, Sony. That's right, I blame Sony. And the thing, I blame Sony first and foremost, but also I blame Activision and EA because they set the precedent. And then Sony saw that and said, oh shoot, people gonna buy it? Guess what? Boom. And the precedent, and Sony set the precedent of raising console prices after their launch. Makes no sense. It's never been done before, but they said it. And I mean, I will assume that their price, the price hike has affected sales, but minimally. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's just doom and gloom for, no. It's affected sales. Probably under 1% of sales lost because of the price hike. Just based off of moralities or whatever you want to call it. But fanboys will be like, I'm gonna buy it. Like, if they make a new PlayStation that looks different, but it's the same internal guts, maybe it's smaller and it's cooler, whatever. New nanometer chip, so maybe it runs cooler, blah, blah, blah. Use less power. But no real improvements, no hardware improvements, no performance improvements, no games. The fanboys will buy it because it's a different shaped box. That's it. That's all. So, yeah, I mean, all they have to do is make it look better, honestly, because they could sell a whole bunch more. But, I think that was their plan. They're like, let's make a real ugly console, and then we'll make it look real good, and then people gonna buy the real good looking one. Like, remember the PlayStation 2, the mini, the last one that they made? It didn't even have it was just a flip up top. It's like this small. It's just tiny. I got one of those. I didn't buy it. I bought it at a garage sale or something for like $20. Hey, that's all I'm willing to pay for a damn PlayStation. $20. I paid a PS2 $20 and a PS2 and a PS3 $20. And I gave that $20 PS3 to my friend. He was my nephew when I was married. Not married anymore. It's not technically he was never my nephew. But anyway. Nephew 4 times removed. Anyway, Yeah, the worth of PlayStation consoles is very minimal to me, especially now that it's all PC. So it's like, whatever, I don't even need it now. So I just, I got a PC. I can play all them goofy games if I want to. But honestly, I'm looking at them like, I could just watch them on YouTube, honestly, because the gameplay itself on most of those games are mid. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Nintendo losing their mind, trying to be like the big boys. Okay, they are the big boys. But the point is that, they're raising the prices. And they're not raising the prices because of inflation or because they have to. They're raising the prices because they can get away with it. And people will still buy their shite. That's why. Same thing that Jeff Grubb said about it. These console makers will raise the price because they can get away with it. And that's what Nintendo's doing right now. They're raising the price because they can get away with it. And that's simple. That's how simple it is. And that's what it is now. So the new norm is 70. And I'm glad I got Game Pass. I ain't buying no more game. I'm not buying. The only game that I will buy, mark my words, the only game that I will buy is the Yu Suzuki collection that contains all of his games from the 1980s arcade games. All of those, one package. I will buy the physical copy of that, even though there's probably nothing on the disc. I'll still buy it. The collector's edition, $150. I pay $150 for that. I'd hate myself, but I would do it because that is part of, as a gamer, that's me. That's part of my DNA. That's what awoken the gamer spark inside my brain. And so I cannot ignore the origins of the love that I have for video games. And so, that's where that comes in. Some people have it for Zelda. Some people have it for whatever else. I don't. I played the first Zelda on the NES back in the day. It was cool. Did I ever finish? I didn't finish it. I think I got to the last dungeon, and then I think I got to what the hell's his name? Not Ganondorf. Whatever his name is. And I don't think I beat him. I think it was a little too hard for me at that time. And I was like, okay, I get it. I'm good. I got it. Okay. I never played 2. I don't think I've ever played any other Zelda game except for the original because I was like, meh. And speaking about Nintendo and Zelda, there's I didn't watch the Nintendo Direct, so I just off of what I've heard, hearsay, if you will, speculation. No, it's just hearsay, based off the people who have seen the Nintendo Direct, and they said that the new Tears of the Kingdom looks like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts, and I'm like, it does? I got it. I mean, I still haven't seen it, so I don't know. But Rare posted, put up on Twitter, hey guys, if you guys want to play the original Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, it's available on Game Pass through the Rare replay, blah, blah, blah. This has nothing to do with anything that I'm paraphrasing, of course, but Rare, they're funny. They're funny over there, so they make jokes. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Of course, they were referring to everybody talking about not Rare Replay, but Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts as it pertains to Tears of the Kingdom or vice versa. And I don't know if this game's going to be good, if that makes sense. Are they using the same map? They just kind of remixed it or But anyway, the point is, if this game is not as good as the first, which is a possibility, because Skyward Sword was not as good as the previous, whatever it was. I don't even remember what the freaking previous one was. It Twilight Princess? I don't remember. Anyway, then that $70 price hike is like, that's even a harder pill to swallow. It's like, oh yeah, you got to pay more, and the game's worse than Twilight, not Princess. Wow, I totally forgot what the other game was called now. Well, it doesn't matter. So, I mean, I don't hope the game is worse, but I kind of hope the game is worse, just so that Nintendo can get a little humbled on that. Because, dude, why? I mean, I know why, but it seems like these companies are like not caring about. They're riding that line, thin red line of not giving an F about the consumers and just making that money. And there's a happy balance between those two. Game Pass is the perfect example of the happy balance where people are happy to pay $15 a month for the access of the Game Pass library. Period. I am. I don't care. Go ahead, take the money. Go ahead. I'm fine with it. I ain't gonna worry about it. That's all. Yeah, I'm good. And that's where the balance lies. If the customers are happy, they're like, oh yeah, okay. Like, even if they raise the price of Game Pass, it's still kind of worth it versus $70 for one game. You know what I'm saying? So, and it, like, if it was, okay, so if they did this is what would be a better thing. If they said, okay, $70 for the physical copy, but it's a collector's edition. So it's $70, it's more than the old one, but you get a little extra, you get maybe a little mini statue, or, a little art book or something. Give me something. An instruction booklet would be nice, but I can't ask for too much. But an art book, an extra CD with the soundtrack on it, something for $70. Because the soundtrack costs about $10, right? It's 20, depends on what you buy it on. But that would make more sense to me. That would be like, okay, okay. I'm fine with that. Give me a little extra in the packaging. Physical copy, $70, and I get something extra. Yeah, let's go. But then no, they're not doing that. Digital version, $70. Physical version, $70. The fact that that's still a thing where the digital and the physical version is still the same price they befuddles me, because you know that the physical version costs more to put in the stores. So why would you charge more? It should be, okay, I was gonna say it should be equal to the profit margin, right? Like, the profit margin should be equal on both. So if $70 physical, $50 digital, or something like that, or $55, whatever the difference is, you know what I mean? But they're not gonna do that, because they take more of a loss on the physical, but they make it up on the digital because it's the same price. They don't have to pay for manufacturing or distribution or all that stuff. They keep it all. GameSpot doesn't get their cut. They keep it all. So, whatever. It's just another thing. It's another thing in this video game. It feels like the video game market is kind of imploding a little bit, just slightly. You see these things like, okay, and then with the CMA deal, and then, I'm like, what is going on? It's like, really, is the video game market like sick? And these are the early symptoms of its demise? Because I'm like, yo, y'all remember what happened in the 80s, right? When Atari flooded the market with hot trash and everything crashed. I mean, that's just whatever. Let me know what you think. Are you guys willing to pay $70 for Nintendo games now? With their discretion, at their discretion, whatever they want to charge $70 for, they'll charge it. Are you willing to pay that? Are you going to stand up? Are you going to boycott? Of course, boycotting doesn't work, but whatever, I'm just saying. Do you think it's fair? Do you think they deserve to charge more for basically the same games? No improvement. It's not next gen. They're not giving you extra resolutions. They're not giving you anything, more frames. They're not giving you anything. It's the same as old console with the same as old specs. So you don't get nothing extra. Unless they put a damn FX chip on, and the chip. That'd be funny if they put like a little mini processor in the little little cartridge. That would be funny. I would laugh. But wow, that's why it's $70, because they put extra. I mean, that's one thing though. They have to manufacture the cards. But it's like an SD card. Come on, let's be real. It's not really an actual cartridge. It is, but it isn't. You know what I mean. But anyway, let me know in the comments below. Is Nintendo following suit with this $70 games something that is settling good in your stomach? Are you okay with it? Would you prefer them to stick with their kind of wholesome image and say, no, we're not going to charge? Yeah. Or do you like this new Nintendo who's just money hungry and stuff? I don't know. Let me know. Appreciate y'all as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. To the way down.